Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Daily News X, your daily dose of real stories, honest conversations, and a closer look at what's shaping America today. Well, I'm your host Kramer, and today we're diving into a growing crisis that's changing the face of American life. More and more people are being forced to live in RVs, campers, vans, and even parking lots. Yes, just like it sounds. It's not just about adventure or freedom anymore. For many, it's about survival. Over the past years, housing prices have skyrocketed. Rents have doubled or even tripled in some cities. And inflation continues to eat away at paychecks that just don't stretch far enough. And as the economy continues to squeeze the middle class, thousands of Americans are finding themselves priced out of their homes, left with one option: turn their vehicles into a place to live. Yes. Now, how did we get here? Right? So let's start with the why so we can understand better what happened to these people and their situation. The cost of living in the US has risen dramatically. Food, gas, healthcare, and especially housing. Inflation rates hit record highs in recent years. And even though the numbers have slightly cooled, the damage is done. A single bedroom apartment that cost $800 a month 5 years ago can now easily cost you $1,500 or even more. In some cities, you can be paying $2,000 or $2,500 a month in New York or Chicago, or Colorado, or any other city, whatever. So wages haven't kept up. The average worker salary growth simply can't compete with the inflation curve. If you add in job instability, layoffs, and the lingering economy ripple effects from the pandemic, and you have the perfect storm. So what do people do when they cannot afford rent, but still have a car, a van, or maybe an old RV just sitting back in their patio around? Well, guess what? They moved in. They have no other choice. Now, is this a new American reality, or is this just something that is just temporary? So what used to be a niche lifestyle, like the van life, trend that we glamorize in social media, commercials, TV, has taken a darker turn. Many of these people aren't chasing freedom or wanderlust anymore. These people are teachers, retirees, service workers, even families with children. So they park overnight in Walmart lots, rest stops, or remote national parks, sometimes moving every few days to avoid fines or even being told to leave from the parking lot. In cities like states like California, Arizona, Texas, or even parts of the Midwest, communities of RV dwellers are forming entire neighborhoods on wheels, especially in California, Portland, and Seattle. But behind the curtain of mobility lies instability. Yes. So there is consequences and risk, guys, of living on this type of lifestyle, believe it or not. So living out on a vehicle might sound manageable at first, but it comes with very serious challenges. Yes. For example, there's no easy and steady access to running water, heating, or bathrooms. Safety becomes a daily concern, especially for single women and the elderly. Police often treat vehicle dwellers as trespassers, yes, if they park too long in one single spot. And when the vehicle breaks down, for many, that's it. Their only home is gone. Then we have another problem, and it's called healthcare. Because constant stress, exposure to extreme heat or cold, and lack of access to healthcare all take a toll on these people. For children, the psychological impact or instability can shape their entire lives. Yes, it's really big for them. Imagine doing homework with your kid just with a flashlight in the back of a van, not knowing where you park tomorrow. Yeah, that's very sad. Now, like I said before, is this a temporary or just a new normal? That's the big question. Some experts warn that this could be the new face of homelessness, just like it sounds. Now, the image of people living in tents on the bridges, but everyday Americans forced to live on the road because they simply cannot afford a place to stay. Unless housing costs stabilize, wages increase, and affordable housing programs expand, this might not be a passing phase. It might be the new reality. Yes, it is unfortunate. However, there's also resilience here, all right? Because I'm a little positive about things. Many people living this lifestyle are finding creative ways to survive throughout remote work, mutual aid groups, or community RV parks where they support one another, which is great. Imagine a community living, a lifestyle, where people come together and they help each other by sharing resources, water, electricity. Maybe your van is not working, you go to the next van. So you support each other. I think that's great, Now, what we can learn and do about this, and more importantly, what can you do about this? Well, first, it reminds us that the system isn't working for everyone. No, it's not. It's a wake-up call for policymakers to address the gap between wages and housing costs and to rethink how we define homelessness. Get to work, guys. Now, for individuals, planning ahead, reducing debt, and building emergency savings can help prevent failing into such situations. And for communities, creating a safe parking programs, affordable housing initiatives, and local shelters can give people a stepping stone back to stability. It's also about compassion, guys. When we see someone living in an RV or a van, it's easy to judge. But behind the windshield might be someone who once had a mortgage, just like any other homeowner, a steady job, and a dream, just like anyone else. So please don't criticize those people. You don't know what they've been to. Now, what is my final thoughts on this, guys, about people living in RVs and everything? Well, we have a very serious home crisis, and it's just about numbers in America. It's about people trying to hold on to dignity, safety, and a hope in a system that feels stuck up against them, because unfortunately, it has not worked on their favor. So whether this lifestyle becomes a permanent or no will depend on how we respond to this. As citizens, as Americans, and including the government, how we react to this. And as a society that believes everyone deserves a place to call home. Yes. Thank you for listening, guys. Thank you for coming to my Daily News X. If you found today's story very meaningful, share it with someone who cares about the future of our communities. Until next time, stay informed, stay kind, and take care of each other. Have yourself a great day.